Welcome back to the Business and AI podcast. We just moved from our parent channel, Geeky Me Library. This is our AI news for the week of February 14th through February 21st. And on the weekly AI News Roundup, we explore how AI is advancing with special focus on business implications, societal impacts, ethics, and actionable steps you can take advantage. Last week, AI got more physical, more powerful, and honestly, more complicated. A viral open source agent started showing up inside company laptops. OpenAI is reportedly building real consumer devices and have just made one of the biggest talent grabs of the year. NVIDIA is reportedly writing a check with more zeros than your phone number. Anthropic pushed long context and security tools. And ByteDance might have just triggered Hollywood's worst nightmare. Let's dive in. This week we have 8 main stories and some bonus. Then quick hits you can use in your business and product decisions. First up, agents. If you felt like everyone was talking about OpenClaw last week, even into this week, you were not imagining it. The creator of the open source AI agent, Peter Steinberger, joined OpenAI, while OpenClaw keeps moving forward under a foundation model. This is fascinating on multiple levels. OpenAI gets the talent behind one of the most popular coding tools out there. OpenClaw gets legitimacy and resources without getting locked into proprietary walls. It's a win-win that shows OpenAI is playing a longer game here, supporting the ecosystem while scooping up the brightest minds. What then is OpenClaw, you may ask? OpenClaw is part of the new wave of do the task AI, not just answering questions, but taking actions on a computer. That is why builders love it. But that same power is why companies started restricting it. When an agent can click, browse, and touch files, your security model changes. Here is your number one business takeaway. Treat agents like new employees with admin access. Give them the smallest set of permissions possible and test them in a sandbox before you let them anywhere near sensitive systems. Next, Anthropic shipped Claude Sonnet 4.6, highlighting a 1 million token context window in beta. In practical terms, bigger context means fewer "I forgot what you said earlier" moments. It is aiming at tasks like reading long contracts, reasoning across large code bases, and planning multi-step work with fewer handoffs. For teams, this is another push toward AI that stays on the job instead of AI that answers one question. Practical applications? Document analysis just got supercharged. Legal teams can process entire case files. Product teams can analyze user feedback at scale. And developers can debug massive code bases without losing context. If you haven't tested Claude's API yet, this is your signal to start. Anthropic also introduced Claude Code Security in a limited research preview. It scans a codebase for vulnerabilities and suggests targeted patches for a human to review. This matters because it is a new category collision. Model labs moving directly into security workflows. Markets reacted fast, and so will budgets. Here's your number 2 business takeaway. If you sell dev tools or security tools, your differentiation can no longer be "we scan code." It has to be accuracy, governance, integrations, and proof that fixes actually reduce risk. Also, for any company building software, security auditing just got faster and more accessible. The caveat? You still need humans in the loop, but this democratizes enterprise-grade security analysis for smaller teams. That's a game changer. Let's move on to the security hits you should not ignore this week. 1. A prompt injection attack hit an open-source coding agent and was used to slip OpenClaw onto machines. 2. Schneier and co-authors framed this as a promptware kill chain, meaning prompt injection is just step 1 in a longer compromise. And 3. Microsoft acknowledged a Copilot issue where confidential labeled emails were incorrectly processed. Now, the big bets. Reuters reports NVIDIA is close to a roughly $30 billion investment in OpenAI as part of a broader fundraising effort. NVIDIA isn't just investing money, they're investing chips, infrastructure, and strategic partnership. This is the AI equivalent of an oil company buying into the biggest refinery in the world. This is the AI supply chain getting tighter, chips funding the lab that drives chip demand. Business takeaway number 3, and what this means for you. Expect more bundled deals where the model, the compute, and the enterprise contract start to look like one package. The AI infrastructure race is accelerating. If you're building AI products, understanding compute economics just became mandatory. And if you're investing, watch the supply chain. NVIDIA's vertical integration strategy is textbook. Moving on to the fifth story, OpenAI is reportedly developing consumer devices, starting with a smart speaker that includes a camera priced around $200 to $300, but not expected before 2027. The same reporting mentions smart glasses and even a smart lamp on a longer timeline. From a business perspective, this is an impending interface war. Whoever owns the device owns the default assistant, and the default assistant owns attention. The business takeaway number 4. If you build AI products, start planning for distribution through device ecosystems, not just app stores. The question is, how will your business interact with ambient AI? Now, 3 fast signals from the money side. Fei-Fei Li's World Labs raised $1 billion for spatial intelligence, aiming at 3D understanding for robotics and AR. Financial Times reports DeepMind researcher David Silver is raising a $1 billion seed round for a new company. And in New Brunswick, New Jersey, local authorities voted down a proposed data center project. Not every community is rolling out the red carpet for AI infrastructure. Zoning is the new bottleneck. Next, we take a look at China's holiday sprint. ByteDance's AI video tool, Cdance 2.0, triggered the week's biggest IP collision. Cdance 2.0, an AI tool by ByteDance, has triggered a major copyright controversy in Hollywood. The tool creates cinematic videos in seconds using simple text prompts, photos, or audio files. Users have generated unauthorized scenes featuring celebrity lookalikes and copyrighted characters. Axios reports the Motion Picture Association sent ByteDance a cease and desist letter asking for details on how it is addressing alleged infringement, with a response deadline of February 27th. This is the copyright battle we've been waiting for. Did ByteDance train Cdance on copyrighted movies? If so, which ones? This is not just a Hollywood story. It is a risk and compliance story for anyone using generative video in marketing or product. Business takeaway number 5, and what this means. The legal frameworks around AI training data are being stress tested in real time. If you're building or using generative AI, watch this case closely. The outcome will set precedents for everyone in the space. And for content creators, document your training data now. Here are 2 more China releases worth noting. Reuters says ByteDance launched Dubao 2.0, positioning it for the agent era, meaning multi-step task execution. And Reuters says Alibaba launched Qwen 3.5 with similar agentic positioning. And for the lighter headline with a serious subtext, Reuters covered humanoid robots taking center stage at China's Spring Festival Gala, a public showcase of where AI meets manufacturing ambition. Now the consumer layer. Gemini now creates music with Lyria 3 plus 30-second tracks. Google added Lyria 3 music generation inside the Gemini app. You can prompt from text or even an image, and it produces a 30-second track. This is a practical win for creators and small businesses. Quick custom audio for ads, intros, and short-form content. Google also says it watermarks generated music with Synthide. Business takeaway number 6, audio branding just got cheaper. The differentiator becomes taste, not tools. Also, YouTube is testing a conversational AI feature on TV apps. The big shift is context. Ask questions about what you're watching without leaving the couch. And Reddit is testing an AI shopping search experience that turns community recommendations into product matches with partners. Business takeaway number 7. Search is becoming answers plus checkout, and platform trust becomes the moat. Now, policy and regulation. This is always a fun section for me because with AI running wild, we really want to make sure our guardrails are on par. India wrapped up its AI Impact Summit this week with the New Delhi Declaration, a major diplomatic push for AI governance and collaboration. Multiple countries reportedly signed on. India is positioning itself as a major player in AI policy. The declaration focuses on responsible AI development, international cooperation, and ensuring AI benefits are shared globally. Its soft power meets hard tech strategy. For global businesses, India's AI ambitions are real. If you're building in the AI space and not thinking about the Indian market, you're leaving billions of dollars on the table. Plus, international AI standards are being shaped right now. Pay attention. In the U.S., Financial Times reported the White House is pressuring Utah lawmakers to scrap HB 286, framing state-by-state rules as a competitive problem. And the White House has also published a national framework push arguing against state obstruction of federal AI policy. Oregon SB 1546 calls for clearer disclosure and safety protocols, including handling self-harm signals. Oregon Legislature. And Washington HB 2225 focuses on protections and notifications for AI companion chatbots, especially for minors. HouseDemocrats.wa.gov. Here is business takeaway number 8. If your product feels like a companion, treat it as a regulated category now, not later. And finally, AI in science last week. MIT researchers used AI to optimize protein manufacturing processes, aiming to cut the cost of developing protein drugs. University of Hawaii reported a new algorithm to pinpoint directionality in 2D data, with applications from imaging to particle research. And ProAmpac is highlighting how AI is being used to improve monomaterial packaging decisions for recyclability. And that's your AI news for last week, February 14th through 21st, 2026. OpenAI is making moves, NVIDIA's writing checks, Hollywood's drawing battle lines, and every week proves the same thing. AI isn't coming, it's here. Subscribe to the Business and AI podcast for next week's rundown, and drop a comment with the one story you think will matter most for business or with the most societal impact.